you a kid and you got money, it's like, you know, it's burning a hole in your pocket. Your uncle, your auntie, or cousin, mama, granddaddy, whoever it is, grandmama tell you to save that money. I feel like the Pistons, with that money they got in their pocket, gonna be feeling like they gotta spend it, and they gonna spend it recklessly. See, they all about, you hear rumors out there, they want to accelerate the rebuild. They want to get this rebuild on the right track. You know, sometimes why don't you just sit there and do it the right way? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it. Why don't you sit there and actually do this thing the right way? You know what I'm saying? See, they want to accelerate. When you rush something, you know, we American, we ain't rushing. You know, they shouldn't be rushing nothing. What you rushing for? What's the rush? Players is young, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like they about to go out there and put a ton of money in, and I think they gonna throw some money at Klay Thompson. I think Klay, 4-time NBA champion, one of the best shooters ever. Love the guy. I think the Pistons gonna look and say, you know what? We need defense. We need 3-point shooting. We need a good locker room presence in there, and we gonna throw Klay a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? We gonna throw Klay and Tobias a bunch of money. Y'all gonna think they gonna add them 2 light-skinned dudes, and it's gonna change around. And some of y'all gonna be just y'all just so. See, a lot of y'all may not watch hockey and see how good the Wings doing. Y'all might not be watching the Tigers, or y'all might not care about football, right? And that's why the people that like my channel, I pretty much try to cover as much as possible. When the off season is really here and over with, or whatever ain't really talk about, I can talk about what's going on in the city of Detroit just a little bit. So people, you know, they get everything. You get, nice Pistons coverage, nice Lions coverage. I'm gonna start covering the Wings, so bear with me. Tigers, hey, you gotta bear with me. I'm gonna have to go to a few games, but kind of get it all. Michigan football, Michigan State football. I do some basketball here and there when I can. So you pretty much getting all the coverage, but I think they're gonna throw some money at Klay. I think that's gonna be the move. I think they're gonna throw a bunch of money at Klay Thompson, or something similar to that. And I've talked about that in the past, but and it ain't like Klay got to reinvent himself, kind of like how Ray Allen did. It wasn't no injury, but Ray was known for putting the ball on the floor, breaking people down, doing step backs. We remember young Ray. I mean, if you around my age, and obviously older, we remember what Ray, Sam I Am, and Glenn Robinson, Irvin Johnson, Vin Baker, what they was doing in Milwaukee, because they was crushing our ass. Milwaukee had a team that probably should have went to the championship and won one, to be honest. Even with that team, I like that team. And I know people say, man, you said you had nothing against the Packers at one point. You had nothing against that 15-1 Minnesota. But hey, I like what I like. I don't really look at them as rivals. Like Packers, after they robbed us a couple years ago, I just was a Brett Favre fan. I like Aaron Rodgers too, but when he wasn't busting our ass. But hey, I like what I like. My favorite quarterback of all time was John Elway. A lot of people find that hard to believe, but yeah, that was my favorite running back. My favorite quarterback. Favorite running back, obviously Barry, but outside of Barry was LaDainian Tomlinson and Terrell Davis. In that heyday, Corey Dillon, those were my favorite. Even when Corey Dillon tortured us in Detroit that one year, I enjoyed it. I'm sorry, I gotta admit that shit. I just was a huge Corey Dillon fan. Those was my 3 guys. Wasn't much. I had nothing against Marshall Falk, but I really wasn't a big Marshall fan. But I respect him, good guy. But yeah, just certain players and teams that I like. I didn't like, whoa, shit, fuck the Pistons. I'm going with I'm just going to root for the Detroit team all day. But my whole thing was just certain teams and certain players that I liked, and I always liked Glenn Robinson, especially how they tried to ostracize him in the league. Always loved Ray Allen, was a class act guy. So a lot of these guys I really like. Sam Cassell, ugly as hell, bars, but that's my guy. But I just feel like the Pistons they ain't gonna have many options, and you like, well, what is the option? So they won't go out there and trade for a Klay, or go pay a Klay all this money, or they go out and pay Tobias all the money. It's via trade. It's taking on a contract or salary somebody else don't want. So that'd be the remedy like Hennessy. That'd be the remedy like Hennessy. So if you truly asking, like, okay, what can stop them? It'll be a trade. If you had to ask me how I'm attacking this off season, I'm getting rid of all them guys, and then I'm adding the president of basketball operations. Or I'm letting Monty pick his president of basketball operations, and Troy got to go. And that's just my opinion. But it's hard to get you got so many different basketball philosophies to get them on the right track. But I can see them going out there, paying a bunch of money, throwing it at Klay Thompson, throwing at Tobias Harris, the character, the shooting. But the problem is, even with those guys, you got to have some type of fluidity within the offense, and that's my problem. There's too much Cade Cunningham is Cade or bust. He control everything. He control when you shoot. He control when he shoot. You know, where's the ball movement? And when you was in, even when you in Philadelphia, Tobias was there. They was moving the basketball. Even when, you turn around and you in not even just you in Golden State, they known for moving the basketball. So when we started talking about the fluidity and the ball movement, the Pistons don't have that. They don't have an offense. Even with Dwayne Casey, it might have been a little bit more ball movement, pause, but no diddy. It might have been a little bit more, but my thing about it was this. You could have went. It was your goal, but hey, you didn't go. My thing about it was this, bro. It's just to the point with where it was a little bit of ball movement right there, and that it was just spread it out and shoot threes. That's what it was. Spread it out and shoot threes. And you like, man. You like, okay, that's what y'all want to do. That's what y'all want to do. But it wasn't going to equate to winning no basketball games. For real, he didn't win none, and they didn't. So even if you get Klay Thompson, yes, another guy who don't need the ball in his hand, but but at the end of the day, I just feel that you gotta have movement. You can't just have the ball sticking to one guy's hand. This is why y'all say, well, if he's not no good, how can I get in a rhythm when this ball is sticking to this one player's hand? I really don't even want to park here, but that's what it is. When it's sticking to this one player's hand. In my opinion, that's not healthy basketball, and that's why they not winning. It don't take you long to sit there and watch and see why they suck. Offensively, they don't play with enough pace. Offensively, they just sitting there letting Cade do whatever he want to do. It ain't like he the most athletic guy. Instead of just moving the ball, letting Ivy control the ball a little bit, post up Cade, then play a two-man game. More two-man game with Cade and Durn, Ivy and Durn doing pick and rolls, having Cade space the floor, then catch and shoot, having Cade backdoor cut, Ivy slash and get to the rim and do stuff like that. Their offense is stagnant, but that's modern basketball. Most time you really see them is running inbound passes. So Klay Thompson, in a way, it won't fix. Even if he go to prime Klay, it won't fix the problem. The problem is they have no creativity and no ball movement offensively. They play with no pace. It's just a bad coached basketball team. So I think everybody can see that. I would say it's worse. The coaching is worse than the GM. The coaching can't make the pieces fit. What they trying to do is play modern basketball. No, we don't play modern basketball. What we play to beat the trend. That's what we do. We play to beat the trend. So whatever, everybody's shooting threes, and that's how you're supposed to do. Build a team that's going to defeat that trend. You say what that is? Hey, man, I don't get paid to figure out what that is, but I'll give you a hint. Let's get out there, find a way to defend without fouling. I would go inside out. I would have Durn developing over his right shoulder, posting up. I just put on Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning prime tape for him. 5 foot, jab step, jumper, spin, back baseline, turn, jumper, strong post move, finish at the rack. I would play inside out, pick and roll. He had to get the 10 to 15 footer popping. That's what I tell him. He already can roll, dunk and all that. Continue to work on his durability. That's what I would do. I play inside out, post Cade up on smaller guards. I would beat these teams up inside out. Then I spread the floor and get it to my shooters. Just like Orlando played with Dwight, just like the Lakers played with Shaq. That's how you beat that. Now Durn is going to demand a double team. He will demand a double team. Now Cade on the post demand a double team. So now on the backside, I got Ivy cutting to the rim. I got a guy, let's say Klay per se, coming off a screen. Now that, Cade is getting great attention, Darren getting great attention, now it allows those guys to free them up. Tobias in the corner for an easy shot. That's why Joel Embiid is so impactful for Philadelphia because it's the attention that he draw, and he's shooting about 90% from the free throw line. So where's the weakness at? It's just his durability and his fitness and his nutrition. But yeah, that's all I really had to say, man. But kind of went off the road there. But I appreciate y'all, man, for supporting the channel as always. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. I want to get to some lives. So, you know, when things kind of get to the point, I'll get to it. But y'all know draft day coming up. I am not enthusiastic about it, even if it's in Detroit. Life been life, and so shit, I really ain't even been able to pay attention. I've been watching like Mel Kiper and what's the other guy? I like the other guy on ESPN. Not Todd McShay. I ain't seen him. The other one that's doing the draft over there. I like Todd McShay too. So I've been listening to their mock drafts and trying to catch up on some players over there. I like what I'm hearing about the kid from Iowa State, the cornerback, and the tackles from Washington. So I like what I'm hearing about them. But yeah, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all in the link tree. Peace.